Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I've got for you this absolutely lovely Toyota Prius, and as always I'm going to do a quick walk around just so you can see the condition of the car, and then we're going to jump inside and I'm going to show you all the interior features and gizmos and gadgets and everything that this car comes with. Now, like I said, this is a Toyota Prius T-Spirit VVTi Auto. So the T-Spirit is the highest trim. It comes with all the bells and whistles. It's got absolutely everything you can wish for. It is obviously finished in this beautiful, beautiful red. It is a hatchback and it has a 1.5-liter petrol engine, which is coupled with an electric motor. And obviously that makes it a hybrid vehicle. It puts out 76 brake horsepower. It was first registered on the 1st of December 2008, and it's got a valid MOT until the 20th of July 2026, and I'm happy to put a new 12 months MOT on it. The annual road tax is only £20, and the insurance group is 16E. In terms of fuel economy, this car absolutely shines. So the Toyota Prius is probably like the king of efficiency. In terms of fuel economy, you can expect to get about 56 miles per gallon around town, 67 miles per gallon on a motorway run, with a combined fuel economy of 65 miles per gallon. Now, I know this probably doesn't sound like a massive fuel economy, especially if you compare it to a diesel, but let's not forget that a diesel is most efficient on the motorway. And there are quite a few diesels that can hit 67 miles per gallon anyway. But this is a petrol engine, okay? Obviously, it's coupled with the hybrid system, but for a petrol to be able to be this efficient, Toyota has done something incredible with the Prius. It's got a top speed of 106 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 time of 10.9 seconds. The last MOT passed without any advisories, and I've got an absolute stack of service history for this car. The gentleman that I bought this car from, his name is Steve, who is currently enjoying his 50th birthday present to himself, which is a Lexus IS that I had recently. It was a black Lexus IS, and Steve is an old customer. He purchased a different car from me previously, and now he returned to buy the Lexus because he's a big, big Japanese cars fan. So he wanted to upgrade from the Toyota Prius, which he actually had too. So previously, when he bought a car off me, he traded in a different Prius and then bought that car, and then he had that car for a while, and then I think he traded that one in for another Prius because he just loves these things, and now he upgraded to a Lexus IS, which is obviously a class above the Prius, and he's loving it. He's absolutely loving it. He actually called me yesterday as well because I had a Lexus GS that I was selling, and he was disappointed I'm selling that one because we pretty much share the same love for Japanese cars, especially Toyota and Lexus. But yeah, I mean, I had absolutely zero issues buying a car from Steve because I remember the last one I bought from him. It was immaculate. And let me tell you something, this one is exactly the same. It is absolutely immaculate. I don't know, Steve, if you're watching this video, I have no idea what you do to your cars or how you keep them. I don't know if you bubble wrap them every night or something, but they are immaculate, right? There's literally no wear on the car. Like, look at the seats, right? Bear in mind that this is a 2008 car, right? It's an 18-year-old car. It's just unbelievable how well this thing kept. In here you have two glove boxes. You've got a massive one down here which has the locking wheel nut, and you've got another smaller one at the top, which is really nice to see. Basically, you've got more storage in there, and yeah, the overall condition is absolutely fantastic. Like, I don't think there's no major dents or scratches or anything like that anywhere on the bodywork. It's got a little bit of a scratch just here. That's probably the worst thing on the whole car, but it's barely noticeable. And then again, please bear in mind that this is 2008. Okay, so 18 years old, which is incredible. Um, One thing I want to point out is the windows on the rear. They're tinted, so you can see they are like heavily tinted compared to the front ones. That's really good, especially for the rear passengers, because it will keep them nice and protected from those nasty UV rays from the sun. Um, in the back, it's the exact same story. I mean, it's just immaculate. Like, it just looks like it rolled out of the factory, which is incredible. You have an armrest here, and it's really nice and soft and plushy. And you also have in here, you also have a couple of cup holders for the rear passengers as well. You got these pockets on the back of the front seats, which are great for kids to put their toys, snacks, iPads, all that jazz. And yeah, what I had to do to the car, I did have to spend about £700 on it, I think. It wasn't anything major. I put two tires on it, I'd done two control arms, a fresh service, and I can't remember exactly what else. But yeah, I mean, this is what I do with all my cars. I put them straight in the garage, I fix whatever my mechanic says that it needs fixing, and then they go straight up for sale. Um, like I said, this is the T-Spirit trim, so it has all the bells and whistles. I can show you when we get inside. And then over on this side, you got the Prius and the hybrid Synergy drive. Now, to open the boot, there's a button just underneath the Toyota logo. You push on that, and just quickly want to show you that it does have a backup camera as well, and it works absolutely fine. The boot is massive. Like, for the cost of the car and for the fact that it's a hybrid and obviously it needs to have battery stored somewhere, it is massive. Obviously, it's a hatchback, so um, much bigger loading area. You can fold the rear seats and then you turn this thing into pretty much like a estate car. Um, the boot is very nicely shaped, so there's no like weird like bulges coming out to the sides that will um, affect the size of the boot. So you can see it's like a really nice, pretty much like square design. And on here you've got these little lock tabs like that, and you can lift this up, and then you've got some more storage, like a lot more storage underneath the false floor here. You got all the tools and everything to change a tire. And speaking of the tire, yes, it does come with a spare tire as well, and all the tools and everything that you need. Now again, just having a hybrid car, which obviously, like I said, it has like batteries and everything, to be able for Toyota to squeeze in a spare tire as well, it's absolutely fantastic, because a lot of cars these days, even non-hybrid ones, don't come with spare tires anymore. They just give you that stupid tire inflating kit, the foam thing, which is completely pointless in my point of view. But then, yeah, it is what it is. In the boot, you also have the parcel shelf, which extends like this, and it keeps all your valuables hidden from prying eyes. But then again, people can't really see what's in the boot because the rear window is tinted as well, so you can't really see anything that's going on in there. I love this dual screen thing from Toyota. Basically, you've got obviously the rear window here, but you've got another window here. So when you look in your rear view mirror, you can see from both, which again is really nice because it gives you a much clear visibility at the back. Moving over to the driver's side, like I said, there's nothing major that I can point out. It's been very well maintained, very well looked after. The front tires are brand new, like I said. See, they're literally brand new. And yeah, let's have a quick look over at the rear. So again, behind the driver. Now the driver's seat is pushed pretty much all the way back, because I need more room to take photos of the inside. But even then, I mean, look how far it is compared to the B pillar. But even then, there is plenty of leg room in here as well, which is just great. This here is it's like air vent for the hybrid batteries. So This is where the hybrid batteries get their air in from to keep them nice and cool. Um, don't cover this up because you risk getting the batteries overheated and then they can malfunction. Speaking of batteries, it's just at this point, there's not really um, any reasons to keep talking about it. I mean, this is, like I said, it's a 2008 car. The hybrid system works absolutely fine, not a single issue with it. And I know even older cars than this, which the batteries are still absolutely fine, still on the original pack and everything. And let's say even if in the worst case scenario you get a problem with the hybrid battery, now first of all, it's usually just a cell that goes wrong, not the whole pack. And you can just replace a single cell in those batteries. You don't have to replace the whole battery. But even if you have to replace the whole battery, right, there's hundreds of thousands of cars like this on the roads, and there's probably the same amount of cars that have been like uh, written off and stuff like that. And there's loads of battery packs that you can purchase for a Prius. It will probably cost you less to get a battery for a Prius than to do a cam belt on a conventional car, which this one doesn't have because it's chain driven, and again because it's a Toyota, it will probably outlive humanity. Probably when the world ends, the only two things that will still be running around is going to be a Toyota Prius and cockroaches. That's it. Because these things are just. And have a look on Auto Trader, or have a look on like wherever you are in the world. Have a look on like a car selling platform. Have a look at the Toyota Prius. I mean, here in the UK, if you go on Auto Trader, you can see Toyota Prius with like 400, 500, 600,000 miles, and people still ask strong money for them. And that's 500,000 miles. And these things just run forever and ever and ever. I mean, realistically, unless you're a taxi driver, you're never ever going to do that kind of mileage in a lifetime. So, yeah. Anyway, let me just quickly show you how it looks on the back here. Like I said, fantastic condition. Like it is like brand spanking new. Same with the driver's seat here, and same with the door cards. All right, I tell you what, let me just pop the bonnet really quick, and then we're gonna have a look at the driver's side. So the bonnet release latch is just there. Walking around it. Here's another thing. Now, I've noticed this. I've had Toyota Priuses before, and one common, not fault, but one common thing with them is they start to rust on the bonnet here. They've got like rust bubbles. I mean, uh, if my memory serves me right, the bonnet is made of aluminium, and it doesn't really rust. I don't know exactly what happens. There's like some sort of chemical reaction happening with the paint, and it just starts bubbling. But nothing of that sort on this one, which is great. And yeah, this is the engine. So over on the left side here, you've got the actual engine. Like I said, it's the 1.5 liter petrol. And then over on the right, you've got the hybrid synergy drive system, where all the witchcraft and wizardry of the hybrid system happens. But yeah, other than that, not much else to see on here. Toyota did a good job on like cramping everything in, and it just works. Like it just works. This needs to be. There we go. Right. Let's have a quick look over at the driver's side as well. So, driver's side again, absolutely fantastic condition. I've seen a lot of Toyota Prius, Toyota Prii, because that's the plural of Prius apparently. I've seen a lot of them with this driver handrest, like completely demolished, in the sense that it gets really dirty, and yeah, it just looks bad. And same thing goes for the center console lid. Yeah, fantastic. Like it's just like a brand new car, honestly. And you got a nice big door pocket there, and you got your window switches here. This is to lock and unlock the windows. No, sorry, this is to lock and unlock the doors. That's to lock the rear windows, and this is your mirror adjustment because yeah, it does have electric mirrors as well. This is how the driver's seat looks like. Again, absolutely immaculate condition, like immaculate. Okay, let's jump in. Get the key out. Actually, before we jump in, so I've already shown you that's the bonnet release latch. This is your power button. This is to adjust the position of the headlamps, and this here is where the key goes. Right. Another one I want to show you is this little lever there. That's the fuel release latch. So it's next to your right foot on the bottom there. And this is how the interior looks like. Okay, it's probably not the most exciting interior in a car. It is very Japanese, but it works. And I absolutely love the fact that the dashboard sits really high up there, so you don't actually need to take your eyes off the road to see the speed that you're doing. It doesn't have a heads-up display, but it kind of acts like a heads-up display, if you know what I mean. It's not in here, it's all the way up there. Now, the steering wheel, it is a nice, chunky, leather-wrapped steering wheel, so it will stand the test of time, this thing, because being leather, it's not going to disintegrate in your hands like the rubbery, plasticky ones that you get in some cars. A multifunction steering wheel is a bit of an understatement because it's full of buttons, but once you get used to it, it's so easy because you can control the music, you can control that screen, you can control the climate, your phone connectivity, everything. You do it from the steering wheel, which is really, really nice because again, once you get this in your muscle memory and you know what every button does, then you're never going to take your eyes off the road. You know exactly which button to press to do certain things that you want. Over on the left side, you got your volume up and down. That's to change different radio modes. Modes like switching between AM, FM, or CD, and all that. This is to change tracks. Moving a little bit lower, you've got your AC. Also, this is to select the temperature, so you can go up and down with the temperature. And then over on the right side here, you got your map. So yes, it does have sat nav as well. Info, this shows you like your battery health percentage, and has to answer and to reject the phone call. And then over here, you've got your front window defrost, rear window defrost, and recirculate as well. Behind the steering wheel, just there, you've got your cruise control, which works absolutely fine. So no issues at all in regards to the cruise control. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So you've got everything you need at your fingertips. Just behind the steering wheel here, you've got your indicator stalk, and then over on the right side, you've got your wipers as well. Now, to start the car, you have to have your foot on the brake. Key goes in the key slot just there. Put your foot on the brake and press the start button. Then you're gonna get that ready sign in the dashboard there, and that just means that the car is ready to be driven, so you can put it in drive and start driving off. Right, let's go over to the dashboard. So in regards to the dashboard, actually, let me just turn this off for a second because I want you to see that all the lights come on as they should, and then all the lights go off as they should. Okay, so no issues there. Now, no, there are no warning lights in the dash whatsoever. The only two lights on at the moment is the fact that the door is open and the fact that I haven't got my seatbelt fastened. That's literally it. That is your digital display over there, which is very simple to understand. Now, that flickering that you see there doesn't actually happen in real time when you look at it. That only happens because of the frame rate of the camera. So don't worry, it's not going to flicker like that when you actually look at it. So as you can see on the far left there, you've got your park, reverse, neutral, and drive. Then you've got your speedometer, nice and digital in the middle. And then over to the right, you got your fuel gauge at the top. Notice that fuel pump and that little arrow pointing to the left. So that's how you know which side your fuel filler door is. Um, Most cars have that little arrow and it'll show you left and right. So if you're in a car that you've just borrowed, for example, and you're putting up at a petrol station and you're a bit confused on which side your fuel filler door is, take a quick look at that uh, petrol station pump, and it'll most likely have a little arrow showing either left or right. And then underneath there, you got your odometer. So as you can see, the car's covered 94,009 miles, which is nothing, absolutely nothing for these cars. This is like the engine is barely running. Like I said, these cars can go for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of miles with no issues at all, as long as they are being properly maintained. And this car has, like you can clearly see from the condition of it, it's been very, very well looked after. At the top there, you've got a speaker. And speaking of speakers, this actually being the T-Spirit, it's got the JBL sound system, which sounds really, 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 really good. Again, for a car of this age, it sounds absolutely fantastic. Now in here, you've got your main screen. As you can see right now, is on radio. Let's see if it's let's go to hot. Can't believe I haven't got an actual. Oh, there we go. 3, 2, 1, 0% APR. Yeah. Shut up. Yeah. So radio works absolutely fine. No issues there. Then you've got on here. You've got a display button which allows you to set the contrast and the brightness. Then you got info. You got trip info, maintenance, telephone, calendar, language, display. If I go into trip info, yes, it is a touch screen. Now you can see the engine started, which is powering the electric motor, which is charging up the battery. And then you can go down to consumption, and it will show you the average and how many miles it's done since it's last been refueled. If I go into climate, you actually have climate controls on the screen, so not just on the steering wheel, you've got them on the screen as well, and they're very easy to operate. So you got your temperature at the top, then you select where you want the air to come out from, then you select the fan speed, and then down there you've got AC, front window defrost, rear window defrost, recirculate, and auto. Very, very, very simple. Then you move down to audio, which is basically your radio. Then you press menu on here, agree, menu, and this is for the menu for the sat nav. It's got a map DVD. You can press map and you can see the sat nav is working absolutely fine. Now, realistically speaking, I probably would not use this sat nav. It's more of like a novelty thing, because I mean it is a 2008 DVD in there. Many things have changed since 2008. So if you are following this sat nav, unless it's like a major motorway or a road or something like that, like a major artery, then I wouldn't use it, because at one point the sat nav might tell you to turn left and you end up in a field somewhere because there's not a road there or something like that. I mean, like I said, it's just more of a novelty thing, but it's good to have it there just in case. Okay, let's say your phone dies, the battery dies, you haven't got a charger and you're in the middle of nowhere. This can save you. Okay, but I wouldn't like use it on a daily basis, if I can say that. But that works, yeah, absolutely fine. Oh, another thing I want to show you is the camera. So if I put my foot down here and I put the car in reverse, the camera will kick in, and it works absolutely fine. Now, the reason you probably see it's a little bit faded, that's because the sun is literally shining right on the camera, so that's why it's not that eligible. But the camera is absolutely fine, works fantastic, so you can see it in lower light conditions. You can see perfectly what's happening behind you. Right. Moving a little bit lower, this is your radio. So this is where you load the CDs. That's to eject the CD. Then you got your volume, power, seek track, AM, FM, disc, auxiliary, traffic announcement, and tune file. That's to select radio stations. Moving a little bit lower, this is a little cubby. You can put your phone in there, wallet, keys, stuff like that, and then this closes up. A little bit to the right here, you've got your park button, and this is your gear shift lever thing. It's very easy. So you put your foot on the brake, you move this to the right and then down, and then it will automatically come to this position. Now it's telling me shift the position into range P when parking. The batteries will not charge if the shift position is in neutral. Now the reason it does that, and you got that big red triangle there, scary. The reason it does that is because the door is open, okay, and it doesn't want the car to roll away. Now if I was to put my other foot in and just close the door, look what happens. Look at that red triangle. See? Everything goes away. So yeah, it's literally just because the door is open, it's trying to warn you that the car could roll away if you get out because you've left it in drive. Then neutral is a couple of seconds to the right, and then it automatically shifts into neutral. I don't know how well you can see it in there. Yeah, there it is. So shift into neutral, and then reverse is right and up. Okay. The shifter will automatically go back to this position, so you don't need to do anything. It does that automatically. And then one other thing that you've got on here is B, and that's for braking. So it's not showing up on there, okay? But when you actually push this down, when you go into drive, the B appears, as you can see. So if I move this down, it shifts into B. Move it, then you can put it back into drive. Now, let me tell you what that B stands for. So B is just for regenerative braking. So regenerative braking is basically the car's way of recouping battery charge. So if you're going downhill, all right, if you use regenerative braking, so you push this down like this, and you can do this at any point, and then you can move it back down to drive or back down to B. So you can do this whenever you want. So let's say you're going downhill, you can move that shifter down to B, and that will give you more engine braking. So you can feel the car slowing down a lot more aggressively than on drive, and that will regenerate more power into the battery and filling up your hybrid system. It's as simple as that. But I mean, if you don't want to get involved with that stuff, you can always leave it in drive and it'll be absolutely fine. Now, behind the steering wheel here, there's two magical buttons. So one of them, so the one on the far right, you see it says EV on it. Now, what that does is basically you can drive this car for maybe a couple of miles just on the battery if you have a very, very light right foot. Okay, if you press the accelerator too hard, then the engine will kick in straight away. Now, with that EV button, you can actually drive this car purely on electric if you press that button. As long as the batteries are charged up enough and you press that button, it will come up with a message in there saying EV mode in the dash, and you can drive it purely on electric. Obviously, you can't drive it at 70 miles an hour on electric. You can drive it around town at slow speeds of up to, I think it's like 30 miles per hour. As long as, like I said, you don't just slam the accelerator, because then the engine will kick in straight away because the car knows you're asking for more power out of it. So, but yeah, you can put it in EV mode if you want. Now, the next button next to it, the one that has that little car with the front wheels turned and that P in the back, that is your self-parking feature. What? It's a 2008 car, right? I've said this in previous Toyota Prius videos that I've done, because it's still absolutely baffling to me. It's a 2008 car that has self-parking. I'll demonstrate that to you. But then don't expect this to be like, I don't know, Tesla level self-parking. No, it's quite a primitive system, and it does the job, but it just needs a little bit more time. But it's there and it can do it and it does it. And I will show you when I'm gonna park this car. I'm gonna park it in between my Lexus RX and the Nissan Note, so you can see what I mean. Is yeah. Um, so yeah, I've shown you that bit. In here, you got a nice big open space. So the car feels very roomy, okay? It feels very spacious for a car of this class. Now, down here, you also have a little tray that pulls out, so you can put loads of stuff in there if you want. And then over here, you've got two cup holders for the front um, occupants. And then in here, you've got a nice, really nice feeling armrest, which has a button and opens up. And then in there, you've got some storage. You got more storage underneath. And then down there, you also have a 12-volt socket and the auxiliary port as well. Now, this car has Bluetooth, but it's just for calls and yeah, it's just for calls, so not media streaming. There is a little device that you can purchase, which is about £10 on Amazon, and that will give you Bluetooth inside the car. It's not. If you're thinking about that FM transmitter, it's not that one, right? Those are quite old now, and they're not good. Okay, there is something else much better, which plugs into the aux port. One end plugs into the auxiliary port, the other end plugs into like a USB port, and you can get Bluetooth inside the car, and the quality is crystal clear. Moving a little bit higher up here, you got your rear view mirror, and then over here you've got your interior lights, which Steve has. I think I don't know if it was him that put them, but they've put a red light in here. It makes it look a little bit more fancy. The lights on the side are LEDs. They're definitely LEDs, and they are white, as you can see. And the one in here is red, which gives you like a ambient lighting kind of effect. In here, you've got a sunglass holder, which is probably one of my favorite features in the car ever, because as you can see, I am wearing my sunglasses. I'm pretty much always wearing my sunglasses because my eyes are quite sensitive to light. And yeah, especially now, summer is just around the corner. Oh, I can't wait for hay fever to kick in. Sun visor over here, you got a vanity mirror and a light at the top there. This obviously pulls away, and you can leave it over to this side if you want. Plugs back in, and then you also have one of these Jesus handles on the driver's side as well. Obviously, it's on all four corners. Everything works exactly as it should, so just testing the windows. Yep. So yeah, everything is exactly as it should be. There's literally nothing that you need to do to this car. It is fantastic. Anyway, let's do that self-parking thing a little bit, shall we? Because I am really looking forward to do this again in a Prius. Like I said, it's not the most intuitive system, but it works. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna turn the car around. Okay, because it always does a reverse parking, so it reverses into parking spaces. Right, let's press this button here. Check surroundings for safety. Right, so that is trying to work out. Do I have to drive it a little bit? just trying to figure out. Oh, is it because I don't have my seatbelt on? That could be one. That could be the reason. Let me try that. Right, don't do what I'm doing. I am in a private car park at the moment, so right, okay. Right, so now I've got my seatbelt on. Let's make sure that this thing is self-parking itself. Well, self-parking itself. Yeah, good one, mate. Right. Ah, yes. Now we're cooking. So let me show you. Right, okay, so let me see if I can zoom this in. Right, so we got this here, which I'm gonna press. And we want to go on the other side, like that. Okay, and keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Start from a position farther from the target. Okay, adjust the frame. There we go. Now it turned green. See? I can press OK. Like I said, it's quite a primitive system, but it's just check surrounding carefully, control speed, and stop the vehicle by using foot brake. Be careful when the turning. Be careful of the turning steering wheel. Okay, right. I agree. Right, and here we go. I'm obviously going to pay attention to what the car is doing. Okay, you have to gently release the brake. Backing speed is too fast. Crazy. And
the assist is finished.
He's doing a cracking job at it. There we go. And then you can put it in park. And that's it. The only annoying thing is that beeping when you reverse, when you have it in reverse, it beeps like you're driving a lorry. Let me show you, because you can actually do parallel parking as well. Let's see the car doing that, shall we? Okay, it's not gonna be. I'm not gonna park next to a car because I just. Right. Okay. So zoom in. We got the parallel park. Okay. Let's say. Let's move it on the other side. I've got a car there. Okay. Let's say here. Okay. You press OK. See, it found it straight away. Okay. I agree. And here we go. You can see in the screen there that little green thing. You see the car is literally just.
The assist is finished.
Yeah. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? You've got a car that can park itself that was made 18 years ago. Okay, but this is, I think they firstly introduced this back in 2005, so like 21 years ago. But yeah, this is from 2008. like I said, it's quite a primitive system. Don't expect it to be like Tesla level or like new cars and stuff, but it does the job. And yeah, cool. Well, it's a Prius. It's an absolutely lovely little thing. Now, thank you very much. If you have any questions, queries, burning issues, anything like that, leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you are interested in the vehicle, don't hesitate to contact me. You can find me on 01684 355 You can email me at vindemautos@gmail.com or just go into the website, which is www.vindemautos.co.uk. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate you sticking all the way to the end, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.